Infernal Shrines. We have one top, 4 people um, rotating, mid and bottom. The most important thing is the first 2 punishers. When we're drafting, we have to decide if our draft has more wave clear than the enemy team. If we have more wave clear, then we contest the first 2 punishers and all the shrines. If we don't have the best wave clear, then we completely forego the punisher and we go for merc camps. So let's say the punisher spawns top. All we really need is 2 people up top. We're just making sure that they don't start sieging our wall, because we need our wall to be up when the punisher spawns, so you can jump over and we can kill it really quickly. This is what what's their team, the Ventic, was doing whenever they didn't have enough wave clear for the shrines. They would just completely ignore the punisher. They will just give it up and they'd go for camps, because they know that there's no way that they're gonna get 40 skulls before the other team's gonna get 40 skulls. So they send 2 people to whichever lane the punisher spawn. So if it's mid lane, you send 2 people mid. You have 3 people designated to like soak as well as get the camps. If we're like really greedy and let's say the punisher is all the way up top, we can even go for their siege camps on their side of the map before going for ours. You guys already know when the Punisher spawns, we have to make it jump over. It's like a crucial strategy on this map. If it doesn't jump over, it deals too much siege damage because it's going to take a while for it to die. The top temple is our setup is going to be like an upside down version of Sky Temple. So we only need, let's say we have a Joanna, we only need our Joanna in there, clearing the stuff, and then we have maybe a mage just like helping out, just outside. That yellow one is a mage, and then everyone else is on our side of the map. One sec. Yeah. Everyone else is on our side of the map like this. If they try to...
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
If they try to do something like this and invade, like try to flank us and invade our side of the map, then whoever's inside there, this is why heroes like Sonya and Leoric is also good in this map, because we can have our full tank outside and still have a designated objective person clearing it. If they try to invade us, then we team fight them right under our towers. If they try to go through, one sec. If they try to go through that choke point right there, same thing, just like Sky Temple, that's like our kill zone, so we can collapse on them on that choke point. If we see them trying to sneak in like this, it's fine. We'll have a 1v1 or 2v2 inside there. But if they all go inside and they get greedy and try to cap all the skulls really quickly, then we collapse on them. We forget about the objective. We just do a collapse the same way Bob Ross collapsed on that Sky Temple game I showed you guys yesterday, and we invade them. So after we either get 1 or 2 or the whole team killed, that's when we go back to the shrine. For mid temple and bottom temple, the setup is slightly different. We need like nice concaves for the setup in mid and bottom temple. So let's do the bottom temple for now. Let's say we have our designated person in the middle as blue, so that's our Joanna or Sonya. Everyone else, if possible, stay out of the vision. Stay out of vision of the minions. So this is that yellow circle. We're trying to bait them in. If they come into that concave, then we collapse on them in that concave. If they try to invade us like this, then we collapse on them as a team. If they try to flank us from the other, like from underneath, then we fall back all the way to our towers and we fight them under our towers, because they have a choice. Their best choice is to try to 1v1 that person inside and try to make a concave the same way we're doing. That concave can be, we just have to choose. If we know that the enemy team is approaching from the bottom, then we set up the concave on the bottom. If we know that they're coming from the top, then we can set up the concave from the top and like just pretty much zone them out the objective completely. If we're late to the party and they are coming from bottom, then we move the concave like this, and we are always trying to make that like semicircle of our team around the objective, so that if they get greedy and try to go for a kill, we collapse on them. We don't want a straight line. We don't want a straight line fight, because if it's just like a straight line, which is like lined up like this, like that, you don't have as much. I don't know if you guys like play RTS and like StarCraft, but if you're straight line like this and they have a concave, you don't have as much surface area on them. So your spells are not gonna hit as many people. Their spells are gonna hit more people than us, and it's also gonna be harder to flank. Same setup for the mid temple. We always want to have a nice concave. So whoever is the designated person, we set up our concave around that person. We don't want to be like split up. So if we have our blue guys, our Sonya, and then we have our mage all the way over here, and then we have somebody down here, we're not going to be able to collapse on them fast enough. We need to pretty much just rotate the people over to the back and to have a nice little concave. Preferably this yellow circle now is our support. Preferably position yourself so that the support can reach you. If you're squishy and you're let's say you're gray main, you're playing gray main, you're gonna need heals so that you can go in. So position yourself so that the support, because the support wants to heal that blue person and whoever else wants to go in. If you're a mage, you can sit in the back. You're not gonna get burst down if you're positioning properly. If you're an auto attacker, same thing. If you need to go in, make sure that it's your job to get in position in the concave so that the support can support you and the tank can reach you if need be. So it's the setup for bottom and mid temple is just different from top temple when we're playing this game.
Question.
Yeah, go for it.
So, let's say we have the Sonya or Leoric, like our bruiser type person in the shrine. Where do you want me standing?
If we have our Sonya in there too, I want you pretty much out of vision and checking for flanks. So if the enemy team is smart, let's say we have our Sonya in there, and they are trying to do the same concave, but if they're smart, what they're going to do is they're going to form a bigger concave than we're forming, so that they can collapse on our concave. So your job, pretty much as a main tank, is to look for them. We don't want to get flanked. We don't want them collapsing on us like this. Because right now we have a concave, but they also have a bigger concave. It's just like a positioning battle. If the moment we see that they are the ones with the bigger collapse on us, then we pull back. We just reset.
And which direction? Let's say it's like this right now on the map. Which direction do you want us to go? Towards top, or towards the jungle area, mid, towards?
Sorry, what do you mean by which direction?
Like, do you want us to go like through like the top area, or do you want us to rotate to like mid? Like, I don't know if you could if you like see the jungle area by the merc camp,
Like
do you want us to
here?
go into that direction? Yeah, do you want us to go there, or do you want us to go like through the choke up top?
Up here?
Yeah, like which direction would you want? Ideally, I mean, we wouldn't know until we're in game, but I mean,
Yeah.
if we had like a general direction, like for example, like you know how if you could say like, oh, reset, we all kind of know where to go to reset and regroup and then go back in.
Okay.
But
This orange circle helps quite a bit. We reset in the direction. Let me. Did this work? Yeah. We reset in the direction away from the center of the concave.
okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much. There you go. I had that arrow. That was cool.
Just because I like that you asked that question because if some of us reset like this way,
Yeah, then
and
we're split.
then half of the team splits up, then
Exactly.
yeah, we're gonna get split. So we reset like away from the center of the concave. We can even like say who's like the middle of the concave, like who's the middle of the semicircle, and
Or
we'll
maybe like say like reset on Muffin or reset on Koj or reset on you or reset on
yeah
Seth, and we find that main person and we just reset to
yeah.
him.
If you guys
Like
want, we
we
can
can
even
do.
like just like reset like 12 o'clock or reset like 11 o'clock, and we'll know which direction roughly that is. What else was I missing? The first two Punishers. If we get the Punisher, we soak. We send one person to go with the Punisher. We send three people to go to the nearest lane to push, and then one person on the furthest lane away. We don't want three people pushing with the first Punisher because it's really easy for them to just make it jump over and it dies, and we'll actually get more value from split pushing if we have like a Sylvanas or like Sonya, who's just like really good at siege targets, then we can just leave one person with a Punisher so that we don't lose any soak in that lane, and then we send the three people immediately to the nearest lane. That's the first two Punishers. The first two Punishers are super weak. They don't scale well enough to get a fort. At most, they'll get maybe a tower. If not, maybe they might not even get a tower. They might just jump over and die to the enemy team right away. Um, Late game for this map, it's really important that when we're clearing lanes, let's say it's late game, we're all grouped as 5. When we're clearing lanes, we only send, let's say there's a bunch of like, pretend the black circles are like minion waves. We might be
Yeah,
grouped
two
as
people
5.
so.
Sorry?
No, like we want to not show everyone.
Yeah, just show one person, clear that wave. We can even bait them. Like let's say there's like a big wave up top. Like I'm just gonna
Microphone activated.
I'm gonna delete this for now. Let's say the black circles are like a big minion wave. We can send like Joanna there, like the same thing. What do you call it? That happened to Tempest Storm did. Yeah, Tempest Storm sent Joanna to clear that wave all by herself. Panda Global responded and they tried to gank her, and then the rest of Tempest Storm they just went straight to core and backdoored. This was like super late game. So
I remember that. Yeah.
if you can like bait people in to kill, because it's gonna take forever to kill Joanna. Plus, it's gonna take forever for you to Hearth because Joanna's gonna keep dismounting people and preventing the
Yeah.
recall. So backdoor in this map is also a very big threat that we can um, pose on our enemies.
So big. Yeah.
I'm missing something. Oh, this is more like I didn't really see this from NA, but in EU and in Korea they do this a lot. If you're like down, uh, let's say you're down 3 people, you only have or you're down 2 people, you only have 3 people defending, and there's like a big Punisher marching down your core. You can position yourself like you still want it to jump over, but you position yourself towards the left, like towards the bottom or towards the top, so that when it jumps over, you can drag it over to the next keep instead of the Punisher jumping over, killing that keep, and then killing your core. Like drag it, like
Yeah.
we can prolong the game a little bit longer so that we can have the two people respawn, and then we can have another 5v5. Because the keeps, they have no the obviously we don't want to lose our keeps, but the keeps have no value for us. If we can sacrifice a keep just to save our core health a little bit, then we go for it. So if you're mid, you can choose. You can position slightly to the bottom or slightly to the top like this, just to sacrifice your top or bottom keep. The Punisher is coming from, if the enemies are coming from the top, then you can position slightly to the bottom of the lane so that when it jumps over, it kills the mid keep, and then vice versa for bottom keep. Yeah, I think that's it for this map. One second. That's the link for Battlefield of Eternity, then we can play right after.
My least favorite map.
You don't like snowballs?
I hate this map.
Microphone muted.
Yeah, you can.
Microphone activated.
Like I've seen like first immortal get a keep type shit.
Yeah. And then you get like 3-level lead.
Yeah, that's it. It's over.
Okay. Oops. Same setup with this. 1-4. We're not making rotations. When the immortals pop up, if the immortal, let's say we're the left side and that blue immortal is ours, if it pops on the bottom and our lone person is up top, this was really smart when Neventic did this during the weekend. If obviously it's not favorable for us to go all the way over here, start attacking our immortal, because then by the time we get there, they're already ahead in the XP and the HP battle. So preferably our top laner has really good single target damage, or Zag is fine, Sonya is fine, Lunara is okay too. But what we want to do is, if it's this unfavorable trade for us like this, we send 4 people to go on the immortal just to defend just a tiny bit until our top person has dealt damage on our immortal. Even it's just like
To even it up. While
it's like one maybe
we walk up to it.
Yeah, while we're walking up to it, we have like a buffer time that they are, they're hammering away at our immortal. If it's the other way around and we have the better positioning, then we just rotate right away to our immortal and we make them make that decision. Because honestly, right now, not most teams know that strategy, that you can stall just for a little bit. If they get the immortal and we're the ones defending, we send we match their lanes. If they send one person with the immortal, then we send one person with the immortal. If they send 4 people with the immortal, then we send 4 people with the immortal. If we are the ones that get the immortals, it depends on. So let's say we get the immortal, and then we are all the way up top anyways after we get it, and we know that we can secure like the first immortal. All we're looking for is gates. If we get a fort, that's just the team not defending properly. All we're looking for is the gate. The immortal by himself should be able to get the gate. So there's really no push. There's really no point in trying to help it to get the fort, because it's not going to happen if they defend properly. So we split push. We send 4 people away from the immortal if there's like a gate to be had in the first first one or two immortals. If there's no gate to be had, like the gate's already down on the opposite lane of their immortal, then we just go with our immortal and we try to go for a fort. Mid and late game, a lot of the team fights, it's gonna look much like a bigger version of Infernal Shrines, where you're just trying to get on their immortal without getting flanked. Lined up like this, it's the same thing as Infernal Shrines. It's pretty much whoever gets their ult off the first. So we want to have as many little advantages we can get from the opposite team. So one sec. The same thing. We dance around. We posture. We keep dancing around. In this situation, we're gonna have you, Steven, as the center of our concave. We form a concave around you. If you move up, then we move up and form a concave around you. Because we're trying to flank their enemy team. We keep posturing like back and forth. If you try to charge on someone, then we charge all the way with you. If we can have one or two people just like separated from the rest of the team looking for flanks, that's fine too. You just have to, like, if you're Thrall or you're Jaina looking for a big Ring of Frost or a Sunder, then you can do that. You just have to let the team know in advance. But our tank is pretty much the center of our concave. We want a big enough concave to collapse on them, but not so big that our response time to whoever we're trying to kill is going to be so slow. If our concave is like huge like this, if we want to collapse on this red person, it's going to be too slow. So we need to make the bubble a little bit smaller.
I think like just like that, how you have it set up. Let's say the two black dots or the two people, like two of the enemy team, and that white dot closest to them on the bottom is like a thrall. They could, like, that thrall can even sunder these two away while we focus on the red and kill that target as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And that's it. We executed the thralls all perfectly because we got two away from the fight, and I think that's what we should be looking for.
Yeah.
To do as well. Separating everyone.
I like on this map, like, I mean in Hero League, it's like a straight line fight. Every single Hero League game I've had on this game, no one ever tries to look for a concave or a flank. They just pretty much go head on like this, and you fight.
Yep, like that.
Sorry?
Actually, well, it's more like everyone right next to the blue dot, and then just like everyone in the choke.
Like this?
Yep, that's how.
Yeah, like a huddle like this. Yeah.
Hugging the immortal and shit.
Yeah. We have to on the immortals. It's if we're fighting under their immortals. Let's say we got a pick, and we are like free to poke away at their immortals, but they have. Let's get rid of this guy.
Muted. Microphone activated.
Let's say they have 3 people defending still, and if somebody calls out that they can get a kill, then we just have to trust them that we're gonna stop poking away at their immortal, and we're gonna go for the kill. Because the distance from here for this black circle all the way over here is enough time to get a kill, but it needs to be everyone. If we have half of the team following up and half of the team still attacking their immortal, then there's a good chance we're not going to get the kill, and that's time wasted from the team. When we're sieging at their keep, I'd prefer to have, because let's say we have an immortal and we're sieging with our, let's say we're up here, let's say the fort's dead and the immortal is gonna like head all the way to their keep. Instead of having you, Muffin, like in front of us, we don't really need you in the front line. Just check our flanks. All we're looking for is people trying to, like an ETC trying to flank and wash us, because that's the only way that they're gonna come back from our siege. So just check the bushes, check the flanks. Once we get to in front of their gates, you don't even need to be in the front line because we already have the immortal.
The immortal.
Yeah, so you can be just like here, making sure that there's nobody like flanking us and looking for a big combo wombo on us.
Yeah.
What else? Or defending. When we're defending, let's say we're on our side of the map, and let's say it's like late game, and we are under our, and we are like, if we lose this keep, it's probably like GG if it's like super late game. We don't go behind our gate right away. We make them play super safe and hope that they make a mistake, and we set up a flank. Because if they just start like sieging right away and they get greedy, then we can collapse on them. If they don't fall for it, if they are doing the same thing that we are doing and they have like their tank checking the flanks like this, then we fall back, go back, and start defending again. Because this map can snowball so hard. If you're like late game and you lose a keep, it can like go all the way to your core and just destroy your core. The late game immortals. So getting a pick like late game if they have an immortal is more important than getting the immortal killed, because there's a good chance you won't even get the immortal to low enough health to defend your core. It's not like Infernal Shrines where you can actually come back by just like messing with the AI of the Punisher. Yeah, that's it. Let's do Blackheart's Bay some other time. I really don't. I like playing that map. I don't like talking about that map.